What's going on, guys and gals? This is Auto Tech. I royally dropped the ball on making a video last night. I was like all excited about it. You know, like the weather had been kind of bad for a couple of days, and it was, you know, like they were forecasting snow in the mornings and stuff like that. So, I mean, obviously I don't ride to work when there's a possibility of snow, because, you know, 30 minutes on the highway in snow it'd be a bad time. But yeah, I was like super excited. I was like, oh man, we're going to meet up with the Angry Ginger. We're just going to cruise downtown, do some loser stuff, be a couple of douchebags. It's going to be great. And then I just didn't turn the camera on at all. We ended up riding until like after midnight. And you know, if you notice my mirrors here, there's no Angry Ginger with me. I suppose he might be feeling a little rough this morning, so he's, you know, calling her a day, I guess. Maybe we'll see him this evening or something, perhaps. I'm not sure. I mean, he's probably still in bed, but that's just him. With tomorrow being Mother's Day, I am on my way right now to meet up with my mother, actually, and go for a little ride. She's got a Suzuki Boulevard, and her man friend is going to be tagging along with us. Her man husband, I suppose. I don't know. At one point, this is someone not your stepfather. You know, like if you're in your mid-20s when they get married and stuff like that, or you're in your like almost mid-20s when they meet, I feel as though the stepfather thing just no longer applies. Now, they don't live on the other side of town or anything like that, but there's no like easy way to get to their place from where I live. Like there's no like direct route. So I'm just going to cut through downtown, because I always like going through downtown. And at this time in the morning, there really shouldn't be any traffic or anything like that. It'll be mainly our lanes closed for construction and stuff like that. One of my favorite stretches to cruise down is, man, there's like a couple miles of it just like torn up. So it's just like a disaster. And I guess they're going to like repave the whole thing or something this summer. I don't really know what's going on there, but it's unfortunate. I mean, I'm going to have to cut that one out of the loop, because we got jammed up pretty good in traffic last night. So, you know, that's no fun. But my favorite, that's Stephen Avenue, is that one's still good to go. So, yes. I don't think there's going to be too much exciting stuff to see for the next little bit. So I am going to check back in with you guys once we're on the road. And we are off to the races. Sounds like we're going to take kind of a more back road route to Drumheller, Alberta, which doesn't really have much going on in it, but that's okay. There we go. Now we're kind of finally starting to get out of Calgary, but the problem with leaving out this way is you go straight into Chestermere, the next town over. So I guess we'll top up some fuel and stuff here, and then yeah, keep going on our merry way. Maybe this should have been a trip for the Yamaha. You know, I can ride this bike just fine on gravel. I just don't like to. This thing's my baby. Now that I've had the chance to test these Avon Cobra tires on some gravel, they suck. Those Pirelli MTs that I put on the Yamaha are definitely much better. Because I know on a hard pack road like this, with like a little bit of gravel dusting over the top, on those tires, I mean, I could easily maintain highway speeds. Whereas this one, like even at lower speeds, like I can feel the whole front end of the bike just kind of washing around and stuff like that. You know, it just goes to emphasize my point on previous videos that, you know, build something for what you want to use it for. And, you know, this Harley was definitely not meant or built with the idea of extended gravel use. I can only imagine the shitstorm that is going to be coming my mother's man friend's way. She like specifically said, like, I do not like to ride on gravel. I do not feel comfortable on gravel. So he mapped out this route. I think he just went on Google Maps and just clicked turn. didn't actually like check into them too far, and then, oh, wouldn't you know it, it's gravel. So I'm gonna have to see how the next stop goes. I'm sure she'll have something to say. They don't have a communicator, so I'm sure she's just saving it all up. And made it back to the highway, so that's good. Wasn't too terribly long. I don't know, I'd say that probably added about 30 minutes to this trip. My fuel level's all right. I definitely didn't plan to, like, you know, slow go for about 30 minutes, so I feel the reserve light will be on by the time we get there. So the only downside to heading north or east or south or any combination of those away from Calgary is this is pretty well as curvy as those roads get. The scenery is not too bad. I mean, like, you kind of get the rolling hills and stuff like that, and you get to check out the different farms, but it's just like, Alberta's like pretty boring unless you're going west towards the mountains, unfortunately. That's probably the same, you know, anywhere you really go. Like, you know, if you're in the middle of the state, there's nothing going on. Pretty well all the highways are just going to be straight. So it's just something I guess you got to deal with when you're on a bike. Unless you're in like Europe or something. I mean, it seems like every damn road there is like you can drag knees on every damn corner. I don't know what's going on there, but they were onto something. Look at this, just happening place. This is called Rosebud, Alberta. Yeah, it's a really clever name. I wonder where they come up with these things, but yeah, we're not too far away from Drumheller now. Actually, I think this is the next town to it, so then right after that we'll be in Drumheller. That's kind of cool. I guess it was coffee time in Rosebud. Stopped at this little cafe type thing. I mean, there's like 5 buildings there. Apparently their main attraction is like a dinner theater or whatever, but yeah, they had this little cafe with some very mediocre coffee, but yeah, I guess everybody needed a break or something like that. I'm not sure. Now we are onwards to Drumheller, which is like 15 minutes away, which will be lunchtime. So typically I would stop, you know, like 10 minutes out from my destination, but that's just me. One of the cool things about coming down into Drumheller is just like you kind of come into this valley, as you can see, and it's like they've got these crazy rock formations. These aren't the hoodoos or whatever. Like, I'm no geologist, so I'm not even gonna pretend like I know what's going on. But it's just weird. Like, you can see, like, you know, the different colors of the stones as you go, and I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. Well, and that's that. Decided just to have lunch at Tim Hortons. Bought my mother lunch. Don't worry, I'm not a dick like that. Funny though, I ordered a turkey bacon club, which usually comes with like turkey, bacon, and like tomato, and I got like a roast beef sandwich. So I was like, what the hell? But you know, whatever. I was hungry, so I ate it. I didn't really care. Same price, so. I do have some unfortunate news for you guys, though. So what I was trying to say there when I was saying unfortunately was that I was getting a low battery warning, but luckily I had a battery in my pocket, and I'm surprised it actually had a charge still, because I think that's been in my pocket since like last year, so that's good. Now we're basically just working our way back to Calgary, kind of taking some of the back roads. Won't be the gravel road this time, because yep, she wasn't too happy about that, but you know, then again, neither was I, because that's not what this bike's built for. I know some people just, man, they've been all over Instagram. They're just thrashing their bikes, like taking their Dynas off jumps and stuff like that, and it's like, that's cool. Like, you know, I do stuff like that on a dirt bike any day of the week, but I am just not taking my very expensive toy and running it off a jump. They must have had a lot of snow out here this winter, because to be getting in the middle of May and there's still 4 or 5 feet of snow just kind of up against that hill there, man, that's something. It's probably not going to show up in the video, but god damn it, these two are terrible with their saddlebags. Like, what the hell? they always forget to latch them up. So it's like I'm just kind of sitting here. I'm like, oh man, can I catch something if it comes flying out? But I don't know. I guess that's one thing that I kind of appreciate about like my Harley Davidson leather bags is they've got like the two clasps and then the two buttons. So it's like you gotta kind of try to screw that up. And then those Gibby bags, it's like you need the key in it to like I was thinking about this earlier and I had worded it pretty good. I gotta see if I remember how I said it. It was like you need the key in it to unlock it, and then you need the key in it to close it. So in order to take the key out, you have to like close it again. Otherwise your saddlebag isn't going to latch. Plus, those Gibby bags have the 3 latches. So even if you did like leave that middle one up with the key still in it, you'd have the 2 side ones. So it's just, I guess there's little design things like those Suzuki bags there. It's just like that little thing that you like push through and then twist. So it's like not a very secure latching system. Like, yeah, you can put a padlock on it and stuff so that it's like locked, but it's just not, you know, it's not like a click, click, clunk, or you know, like my Harley bags where it's like you got the strap, and 2 buttons, right? So this is my thoughts on that. Well, welcome back to Calgary. I am just working my way in from the outskirts here, not too far off from my turn. I'd say today turned out to be pretty successful. I mean, any day where you didn't have to wear a full-blown jacket or your rain gear is usually a win, I would have to say. It was a little cool in some spots on the highway, but I mean, as you saw, there's still snow on the sides of the roads in a couple of spots, so you know, we're not fully out of that just yet, but you know, we're definitely getting there. Not sure when my next like trip type thing, day ride type thing will be. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna go somewhere tomorrow or if it'll be like next weekend or whatever, but I appreciate you watching the video. I know this one really had no point, and it really just kind of rambled on. Oh boy, they got a little bit of party time there. Sucks to be them. But yeah, back to the point of this video had some rambling on and some random topics in it. But I hope you enjoyed this little just day ride out to Drumheller, going the scenic road. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks for taking the time and watching.